Welcome back to the Crochet Corrado Sauce, my friends at yarnspirations.com. Today's the best of two worlds. We have Coats and Clark, and we also have Lily Sugar and Cream. We want to make a little pouch with this using an existing zipper and actually attaching the yarn at the same time as your beginning round and then building out your pouch from that point. Let's go through the instructions on how to do that. Carefully with the ruler, put it down so that the ruler is straight across with the zipper closed. Then what I want to do is using a tip of a felted marker, I want to mark and push down every 1/4 inch all the way down. So I want to start just beyond where the stopper is, and I want to stop just before the zipper is actually at this closing spot up here. So just mark every 1/4 inches, do this on both sides. So I've already done this side, so I'm going to line up this side so it's pretty much close. So when I look straight across, I can see the 1/4 inches. And again, line this up in a way that it'll make a straight line across as well. And then take your marker and just mark those 1/4 inches all the way back and stop at the same spot on this side. So now it's all marked and we're now ready. Okay, your first step is to take about 3 feet or so of yarn, and you don't need a big tail on it. And you are just going to create a little knot. However you create one, just create one. And when you create the first one, do a second one directly with it. And this will act as your stopper. Okay, pull tight. On the other side, put in a tapestry needle. And what we want to do is we want to emulate slip stitches for the first round. So starting in the very first one, coming from the back to where it's showing. Here, I'll try to be as accurate as I can. And I want to come from the back forward. And I'm going to pull all the way to the stopper. Okay, now I'm going to go down through the same hole or close to it and pull it back. And what I want to do is I want to leave a long enough loop that I can access the next time. And when I lay down my loops, I want the loops to look like they belong. There's no weird twist. Taking the needle, jump to the next one that's marked, close to it, and put it through the loop. And pull towards you. And when you do this one, you can pull it tighter to tighten that first loop up a little bit, but don't over tighten. And then take this and go back through the same hole, leaving a new loop exposed. Okay. So you want to position it in a way that it's going to not have a weird twist. So moving to your next available mark spot, making sure this is not twisting in any weird way. And you'll know pretty quickly if it is. And if it is, just kind of take your needle out of it and just retwist it. Okay, you can pull it a little tighter now just to tighten it a little bit up, and then back down through the same hole and then carry on. So what I want you to do is that I want you to go all the way down the one side, and I'm going to show you how to jump over in just a moment. So then you're going to go all the way, and because we marked it here, we're going to go right to there, and then we'll jump and then come on back. I'm on my last hole on this side, so what I'm going to do is just open the zipper a bit, so when I go over, I'm not going to interfere with that. So coming to the other hole on the other side, just come through. Okay. Making sure it's the right length across, and then back down through, and then move down this other side, going all the way back across. Okay, now that I'm coming all the way, I'm on my last one, and I've gone down through, and I'm just going to lay this over top to about the same distance. I'm going to come in to where I was, pretty close to it, and I want to put it through the loop. And I'm not going to do exactly what I was been doing all along, but I'm just going to go over top of this loop on the other side of it so that it pulls that loop down into the zipper. Okay, so it's going to loop it in like that. So you have the loops here for the first one, and then you have the loop here for the last one. So then I'm just going to turn it over and just tie this into the existing work here in the back side, and it will be inside the bag. And so then any secure loose ends that you have, including the very beginning tail, just want to secure it in. And the beginning tail had that knot in the beginning as well, so that should not pop out on you. So there you go. Okay, so looks like sin a little bit, but hey, takes a little bit of practice, and once you got it, you got it. Let's begin the first round. So we're going to start with a slip knot on the hook, 4.5 millimeter size G. That goes with this 1/4 inch spacing. And you want to come into the stitch that you started with. So you're only going to use not the entire stitch, you're just going to use the back loop only, so the furthest strand. Okay, so it might be a little tight just to get yourself started. Okay, make sure you go into the entire strand, not just a piece of it. Okay, and then taking the yarn, tighten it onto the hook, pull through, and then pull through the 2 loops. That's a standing single crochet. So just bury this straggler with it. So just come into the next back loop. You may want to fold back the remaining of that zipper side just to get it out of the way. So just fold it back with your finger just to kind of pinch it back, and just single crochet yourself all the way across to the other side. So after about 2 inches, let that straggler go, and then we can trim that later and get that out of our way. Okay, so I'll see you near to the other side of this project over here in just a moment. When you get closer to the other side, the one that is spanning across the zipper, just put in 3 single crochets in there. Don't worry about this extra piece that's hanging out. That'll be tucked inside the bag. So 3 single crochets in that one. And then keep on turning your zipper and just continue to go down the opposite side. We're going to do a continuous revolution with this, and you'll be seeing that happening in just a moment. So I'm coming to the one that's on the opposite side, and this is going across the zipper, so put in 3 single crochets in this. So normally what we would do with crochet is we join it with a slip stitch and then chain 1 and go around. But what I want you to do, because this is a little pouch, I don't want any slip stitching, so just start the next round immediately, just single crochet right into the first one, and now the hard work's over. And you're just going to single crochet around and around and around. You don't need to slip stitch anything. And when you're happy with the depth of it, you can stop at any point, and then we can put the bottom together when we get there. So you can go as deep as you want to go. I think this is good enough for me. And what I want to do is lay it in half, and where the natural zipper is, just kind of lay it there. So at the end, I just want to go through the front panel and the back at the same time and just single crochet them together. So I don't need to sew this at the end. If you prefer to do a slip stitch, you can do that as well. And I'll see you on the other side in just a moment. Coming all the way back across to the other side, and I'm done. So I'm going to just trim this yarn long enough so I can throw it through a tapestry needle to finish. And I'm just going to bring it through, put it onto a tapestry needle. I want to open the bag and turn the bag inside out. But before I do it, what I'm going to do is just throw this yarn through. So bring it through and just open your bag and put your hand in. Just don't stab yourself. Grab that needle so that you know it's on the inside, and then just turn this inside out. Okay, so just kind of pull it in like this. And then I want to secure this to the inside of the bag. So don't stick it through so far that it's going to come out the front side of the bag. And all I'm just going to do is just tie it into a firm knot on this side of the work. And then just weave in the end on the inside. And then safely cut your work. Turn this back around. And therefore you'll have a little zipper pouch or pencil case, whatever you want to call it. And you're ready to go. Crochet hooks in, you're good. That's it for now. We hope you have a good one.